Hey everybody, welcome to Chuck and Lisa Show, where you are joining us in our living room. Let's try that take two, even though we're live. Welcome everybody. I haven't been talking much. In fact, while we were before the show, I was just saying I had to practice my voice because there's not many people to talk to today in the house. Work did not involve that, but Lisa! Everybody say hello, Lisa!
Hello, Lisa.
Happy birthday, Lisa.
And happy birthday, Lisa.
That was yesterday, though.
Happy
Yes,
belated birthday, Lisa.
Thanks.
Yes, sir. You sound wonderful, Mr. Dersh.
Well, thank you, sir.
You're welcome. You sound like a man that's going on vacation or something.
That would be true. Very, very true.
Everybody say hello, Dersh.
Hello, Darsh.
Hello, Dersh.
Where's he going this time?
Where's he going?
Greece.
We need.
Greece.
Is the word.
Greece. Greece is the word. Man, that movie's been on TV a lot. Anyway.
We need a little map. Where's Dershy?
Right. We've already run into the weeds, and we're 10 seconds in.
Oh, we're good.
Yeah,
That's what
we always do this.
do.
Mr. Dershy, where can people call us? How can they get a hold of us? How can they join our talk?
How
Yes.
can they engage in this fantastic radio show that we have?
You can talk with the Nellises, Chuck and Lisa. Give us a call, 201.
Nelly sounds like a disease.
201-439-8092. Show ID, you're going to have a show ID. It's 820-073-66. That's 820.
Say it again.
820-073-66. Give us a call, 201-439-8092.
I love that. What you talking about, Nellis? Whose idea was to name the show that?
That was ours
That was whose idea?
last year.
All right.
Yep.
Huh. I forgot.
No,
So we have two names. You can choose whatever you like. We're equal opportunity here.
or we could call
Whatever
it,
you feel like.
or we could call it Shut Up Chuck.
Well, that happens from both ends. Dorsey, go ahead and say it. Just get it over with. You're gonna
Shut up, Chuck.
He's learning how to say it correctly.
Hey, for all of our friends that are just now finding us from Twitter, Dorsey, you've been gone for a while, but I'm still being parodied and talked about and joked about and everything else. So I am not on Twitter in any shape, means, or form. I am not looking at my wife's account or anything else. So that's all I have to say
And
about
he has
that.
no control over my account.
Oh God, no! You kill me.
And hello NASCAR Chuck 337. You're so cute. We love you.
Big sexy duffel bag.
Big sexy tote bag. Or yeah.
Anyway, Percy. So tell us, when are you leaving for Greece, my good brother?
Wow. Actually, exactly 24
3
hours
hours
from now. 24 hours from now.
So, which means we're going to have a spring break.
Yep.
And your show is going to be off the air for what, 2 weeks?
2
Yes.
weeks.
In case you don't already listen to the show that Dershie and I do, it's on Tuesday nights at 8 o'clock, and it's called Mr. Dershie.
No, it's not called Mr. Dershie.
I was giving him a lead-in.
I know.
And
It
it's
should be. And it should be.
It's called The Right Side of Politics with Chuck and Dersh.
And why? Because we're always
Always right.
No, you're.
right.
Chuck is always right. I just happen to be with
Yeah.
Chuck.
Oh, that's so special.
He's my boy.
And then, so
Dershi's my bro from another mode.
so I'm assuming that since you are going to be off the air for 2 weeks,
Yes, how long are we off?
Then
for 2
we
weeks?
will be off the
We're
air
off
for 2
weeks
weeks.
as well,
No.
I'm guessing.
Spring break.
Just
No?
1 week. Yeah,
Just one?
yeah. The only reason we're off the second week is unfortunately, or fortunately, I don't know how you look at it. I have a engagement that was scheduled about 6 months ago. So for the Tuesday night after we come back.
Previous engagement.
Previous engagement. So therefore, I won't be available to produce or be on the show, but I will be back that Wednesday for your show. So we'll just miss a week on the Chuck and Lisa show.
Excellent.
So we just get a week spring break.
Damn it.
Dershie gets all the fun.
I used to hate when those happened.
He
When
get-
you would get a shorter spring break because you had more snow days. And they took away from your spring
Well,
break.
see, that's how it's nice living in North Carolina. Not so many snow days.
Yep. And of course, Dersh.
We don't have
snow
any. We
days.
don't have any snow days. We have hurricane days though.
They have
When you have more than.
They have
That's true.
they have cocaine days in Florida.
Yeah,
Not
we've
snow days.
we've had several years where we've missed days off, and actually
Right.
the big year where we had 4 hurricanes that hit us, we actually had to gratis 4 days of school because there just wasn't enough days to make up what we missed.
Wow, really?
Well, we were out for almost 2
That's
weeks.
crazy. Yeah.
Oh right, I kind of remember that.
Yeah, I remember that
My
too.
parents used to live down there. Well, they still do, sort of, but they're dead. So.
I was there when I was in the Navy, of course.
Oh, good, I'm
Damn
not.
flat state.
Yes, the highest elevation in Florida is 530 something feet, and it's near where my parents used to live.
And that's Disney World.
No, it's not.
The tower on
No,
Disney
the
World.
actual land itself. It's near where my parents used to live somewhere. It's
That's cool.
500 and something feet above sea level. It's
Neat.
the highest point in the whole state.
Neat. So you're going for another one of your class trips for the kids, I'm guessing?
Correct.
Dershie?
We're taking 60 people total, and
Wow, that's a big group.
yeah, 40. I can't add. 52 of them are students.
Wow. You ever lose one? I mean, the parents?
Didn't we ask that last week?
We tried, but we haven't been
Just hoping you're
successful
gonna-
yet.
He's hoping you're going to lose one eventually.
I keep thinking you're going to lose a parent who gets into the wine or something too much.
Oh well,
Sambuca. Isn't that what's from Greek?
we've had a few parents who disappeared on us during the trip and showed up just a little
That's what I
little
meant.
tipsy.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. I can see how that would happen.
That reminds me of when Tommy's, my son's
Mhm.
soccer coaches,
Yes.
took a team over to Amsterdam.
Yes.
they were sitting on the bus one day and they were passing back the little index cards.
Yeah.
And the one coach was like, "What's our lineup for today?" The other coach was like, "I don't know, man.
I can't see."
I am just hammered. I have had so much beer here. Like, ask me later."
Was that when you were drinking Yangline?
No. This was
Oh, a different one.
no. I haven't been out of the country. Remember?
Oh,
I've only
no.
been, no. This was when they took a
Oh.
They took a
Right,
team
right,
to
right,
Amsterdam.
Right.
It was they have a thing called ODP, Olympic
Right.
Development Program, and they pick all the kids, the best kids in the state, supposedly, and sometimes they get to go play teams overseas.
That's
And they were in Amsterdam,
Yeah, I'd
Yeah.
be bad there.
Yeah, so they would do this thing every day where they would, pick their lineup, and and finally one day the other coach just went, I just can't. I've had too much beer and I just can't.
You do it.
Like get back to me later.
Same guys I played yesterday.
But the one cool thing, yes, rabbit hole, whatever, is the kids would wear all their gear over there when they went, and they were amazed because people would come up to them and they thought they were famous.
Right.
Because it's soccer.
Oh, you know what? Speaking of soccer, tell our audience what you told Dershey arrived in the mail.
Oh, yeah, I got my Ike pictures back today.
Yep. Who's
yesterday.
Ike playing for this year?
Ike is playing for Minnesota.
What's Minnesota's team?
Minnesota FC, I think. I'm not really sure.
Yes,
but go online, look, he had this really cool slide. He started the first game, I believe. He had a really cool slide tackle. It was very nice. So, yeah, I got the pictures back. And now I have to get my son to sign them, and then they are on the way to Dershey.
On the way to Dershey.
One of them, or two of them, whatever. I've got 3.
Did you?
I kept one. Well, I kept one.
Yeah.
Because he thought it was a cool picture.
I bet he did.
And I'll probably give one to Tommy.
Yeah.
And one to Dershey, one to us.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Hanging on the wall.
Yeah.
If we could find one to put it on.
Well, it's a very, very small picture. So.
That's true. All right, so that's cool. So leading from there, let's go to the college scandal that's everybody's talking about. It's all over the news.
Wait, is that Alicia?
Who, Alicia?
Miss Steve Blue 1230.
That's her.
Is that Alicia?
Alicia. Oh my goodness. Well, welcome to the conversation, Alicia. When I left Twitter, unfortunately, I lost some really great friends, and Alicia is definitely one of them. Every day she uplifted me with her prayers and greetings and just a great, happy personality. And I've known her for many years on Twitter, and every single day she would send me a blessing. So every day she was a blessing.
Yeah. And she sends me flowers and lovely pictures that I love. So that's cool.
That's awesome. Please chat with us. You see the message thing over on the side? Join in, please. That's really cool. Wicked. All right, where was I?
College.
All right, the college scandal.
Okay, so first of all.
Yes.
Why is anybody surprised?
Yeah, it's
because
been
it's
going
so
on
blatant.
Forever.
Maybe?
Yeah, because it's so blatant, and because a scandal is a scandal.
That's not a scandal. It's what? Hello, ask Fred Trump.
Yeah, but
how did his kid get into school?
Well,
you can't ask him because he's dead. But all right, I went to Duke.
Yep.
I don't parade that around.
Yep.
But I went to Duke. I graduated from Duke. I paid my own way at Duke, which you cannot do today.
Right.
Unless you've won the lottery or created a video game, like there's a kid that did that. Oh no, we scared her.
Oh no.
So I went to Duke in the 80s.
Yeah.
Supposedly there was this thing called the President's List.
Yeah.
It's not the Dean's List, but it was a list of people that the president of Duke, who at that time was Terry Sanford, who I greatly admire, and he was a great businessman. He did a lot for Duke. He did a lot to put Duke on the map. But there was a list of people that were friends of his, not people that had given him money or favors or anything like that, just people that were friends of his.
Yeah.
And he would give special treatment to their children, should they apply to Duke.
Right.
And there was also a rumor that in the 80s that Duke wasn't very well known, and they would accept, I guess, celebrity children, more or less.
Yeah.
Like, we had a Kennedy, we had,
France.
but I believe she got in on her own accord. Plus, she's a North Carolina native.
Yeah.
But we would, trying to think. Andrew Young's daughter.
Yeah. Oh, and what's his face from ABC News back then was there? The guy that had the late night show.
Oh, Ted Koppel?
Mm-hmm. Koppel's kid was there too.
Yeah, but I mean, and you know, maybe they would have gotten in, maybe they wouldn't.
Yeah.
But we don't know.
Well, yeah.
There's no proof.
But the fact is that a lot of rich
there were
and
more
famous people-
high profile celebrity children going there. And yes, we did. Oh, and by the way, me and Coach K started the same year.
That's true.
So that's how old I am.
Dirt.
No, I was 6.
I'm old as dirt.
I was 6 when I went to
At
Duke.
least I'm on this side of it.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, so I mean, this has been going on forever. I don't know why people.
Well,
I mean, this was
but
maybe it's because
illegal.
this was. Well, yes, I know.
It is illegal.
But what I'm thinking is because it was such a like highly organized hierarchy of this person and this person cheats here and this, and it was documented. Like they had no shame in talking about it openly.
Right.
It was just like a thing that happened.
It's not good.
I mean, people have been paying to get their kids into schools for years.
Oh, yeah.
Hence, buildings named after.
Well, yeah. Well,
yeah.
That's true. I mean, that's why a lot of these big donors do what they do.
But there was never a thing, or not never, but there often wasn't a thing where it was like, okay, it was documented. I will do this if you will do this, and you will get my kid into this school. I mean, they were faking. They were saying, okay, these are student athletes at schools that don't have athletic scholarships, but they want to get good athletes into the schools. Right. So they would say, you know, my daughter is great at crew. Like, here's her records, here's her pictures. She's really great at crew. You should let her in. The kid never played a sport in her life.
So apparently that's what happened with the one. They said she was on the soccer team.
Yeah. Well, and that's the other thing. They targeted coaches of
they got
non-revenue sports who don't make that much money. So when they came to these people, men and women, with the concept, they were more likely to bite because they don't make that much money.
Like that one coach that I was talking about got $400,000.
Yeah, which is huge to them.
That's
huge to them.
That's like 5 years of salary.
Yeah, and they had a coach at Wake Forest. Right. I think a volleyball coach. They did, but like I said, they did also. Ivy League schools don't have scholarships for athletes,
right?
So a lot of their coaches aren't really paid very well.
Right. But
so
when you take a bribe that you've broken the law. Anyway, there's no way around it. I mean, it's not like they claimed it on their taxes or anything like that.
It wasn't a bribe se. No, it wasn't a bribe.
How can it not be?
It was their little dancing around the rules.
I call that a bribe.
Well, you call it a bribe. I call it... I'm not saying they didn't do anything wrong. Right. I'm saying they manipulated...
So let me ask both of you. Do you think anything will change now that it's come to light?
Nope.
And now that these people are arrested?
Nope.
Lisa says no. What say you, Mr. Durshey?
It'll just happen in a different fashion.
Yeah, it will change, and the way it'll change is they won't be out in the open like they were now. That's how it'll change.
Right.
But it'll still happen. This has
been happening forever.
This is nothing new. It's gone on since universities were invented.
Right.
It's probably gone on since Adams and Jefferson's time.
Oh, absolutely.
Exactly.
It has.
Yeah.
Oh, exactly. Here's young Mr. Jefferson, and he is bringing $5,000 with him to endow your university with a building.
Or Aaron Burr's son trying to get into Harvard, right?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yep. Or Alexander Hamilton. No,
That's
sorry,
what I'm
he's
talking about.
dead.
Aaron Burr's son.
Yeah.
The one that got killed.
Yeah.
In the duel.
No, that was Alexander Hamilton's son.
Oh, no, you're right. Alexander Hamilton's son.
Right.
He would have bought his way into Harvard or whatever.
If he hadn't, he might have been.
Yeah. As an example, that could have been.
Why people are shocked, I'm not really...
Yeah.
I'm really...
Lisa, I don't think they're shocked. I think that it's because...
Some people are.
Well, it's because Hollywood.
I think it's because they were so blatant about it
Well,
too.
I think it's more that because Hollywood actresses are involved, it piques people's interest more than being
Right.
shocked.
Aunt Becky.
Otherwise, it wouldn't be on CNN and
Right.
all that.
Right.
It's Aunt Becky from Full House.
And E!
And
And,
and you know what else?
TMZ and all that.
Here's who I
People.
kind of feel bad for.
Who?
The kids had no idea that their parents were doing this. No, they didn't.
I don't
They
believe
didn't.
that either. I think the parents
No,
are trying
I
to
do
protect
believe
them.
that.
I don't.
That's
There's-
what I'm saying.
there's
No,
no
I'm
way-
pretty. Well,
Listen, the one girl,
Nah.
the Hollywood actress's daughter, scored like
yeah.
a 980 on the SATs,
Right.
but yet they reported a 1380. I'm sorry, the kid knows what they scored on on
maybe
the
they
SAT.
didn't tell her that though. Maybe they didn't tell her that.
No, they knew.
She also does all those videos, and she's like, I don't want to do this. I'm so bored. And everybody's like, you're getting to go to USC. People are criticizing her on her timeline.
Yeah, I'm
You know
sorry.
what?
I don't buy that
Here's
the kids
the
didn't know.
stupid part.
I just don't buy it.
Here's the stupid part. Why did they even have to go to college? Like, why couldn't the parents just invest that
Well,
money into a business
That's
for
absolutely
them?
right. The one
Right? Buy them a franchise.
one CEO donated $6.5 million to get his son
Right.
into university. It doesn't.
That's so
I'm sorry.
stupid.
If you're that dumb and you can't get into university yourself, I'm not paying $6.5 million to get you there.
Right, couldn't you? But I'm saying, couldn't they
I
have
heard-
just bought them a franchise
I
somewhere?
Not really.
heard a reason for this. Because if you want to be big in corporate politics, to become a CEO and all that, you've got to have that college degree from a big school. Because it's a club. If you can do all of the things that a CEO does, but you don't have that sheepskin from the college, they are not going to give you the job.
They will if you give them $6.5 million.
Apparently, that's the cost to get.
No, I'm saying,
Yeah.
just why don't you just give them the money straight? You
Yeah.
don't even have to go to school.
I actually heard that same belief. Why
Yeah,
they believe
I
it's
don't-
important
I-
twice today.
You know what I think? I think a lot of these people didn't have that college degree. Like maybe they went somewhere, but not that. No, listen.
Okay.
The parents.
Yeah.
They went somewhere. They went whatever. They're famous.
Yeah.
But they're like, oh, my kid's going to Harvard.
Right.
You know, like
Yeah.
they didn't get in.
Right. Well, they're actors. Like
They're not all actors.
What's your face from? Oh, I know. There's a lot of corporate people too. The one guy from Silicon Valley. Who is he?
Yeah. Silicon, not silicone. They don't make boobies there.
They are boobies.
Well,
That's why
they
I call
actually
them
they do,
silicone.
but that's beside the point.
Well, yeah, okay. But they don't make them at Apple.
No. Well, as far as we
Why?
know.
Tim Apple does not make boobies.
As far as we know.
So anyway, the one CEO from
far as we
one Silicon Valley. I know it's Silicon, but I'm going to call it Silicon until the day I die.
They're going to say nuclear.
I'm going to say Eastern.
Eastern? It's not Eastern.
It's not Eastern. All right. So meanwhile, back at the ranch.
But I just want to say
that's the scandal. Yeah, go ahead.
I just want to say that again, that this is nothing new. I went to
No, it's nothing new whatsoever.
I went to Florida Atlantic University, and I went there on a full scholarship, so I earned my way. No one had to pay, but
Awesome.
You were an athlete, weren't you?
I was an athlete, but I didn't go on an athletic scholarship. I actually went on an
Cool.
academic scholarship.
Well, damn, you're smart and athletic.
I did have a 4.6 GPA when I went to college. But
That didn't even exist when we
How
were in
much
school,
did the
by the way.
0.6 How much did the extra 0.6 cost?
Like, seriously?
well,
They didn't
we
even
got-
have a...
we had weighted GPAs if you took AP
Yeah.
classes and things like that, and that's
Yeah.
that's how you got it. Now, I wasn't even near the top of the class either, so that tells you how much that
Well,
was.
see, here you go. We're so old. that
back in my day,
we didn't have any weighted anything for anything.
No, we didn't
Like
have
you
weighted
could take
anything.
typing and get an A, or you could take AP Bio and get an A, and you still got the same 4.0 for
You
that.
could be, yeah. It
So-
didn't matter how many, if you were in every club and everything else, you didn't get anything.
No, I don't mean that. I mean the classes weren't weighted. Like
Right,
you could
right.
take
There was no
shop
weighting. Right.
and get an A.
Well,
You
anyway,
could take
my,
AP History and get an A, and it would still be the same.
my point is
Four.
that
Yes, sir.
when I went to to FAU, the dean of admissions, was the person I had to go to sign up for my classes and things, so that he had to sign off on my scholarship to pay for it. Well, about
Right.
5-6 years after I left FAU, he became president of FAU. And then several years after that, he
Huh.
was arrested for selling.
It was indicted.
He was arrested and indicted and put in jail for selling
Wow.
diplomas.
Nice.
He made
Wow.
Nice.
he made millions of dollars selling fake diplomas.
Wow. He did or the school did?
No, he did. Yeah, him
Me
personally. As the
Him
president,
personally.
as
Oh,
the
boy.
president of the university.
So he's still in prison, I'm guessing.
Probably
no,
not.
that was a long time ago. I'm sure he's out. He didn't serve
That
that,
was a
much
long
but
time ago.
That was back in the 80s.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
You served more time for
Yeah.
you served more time for like having pot.
So, it's ridiculous. I was just thinking about that. The injustice of the justice system.
Injustice.
The injustice.
Yeah,
There's
there
a
you go.
Chuckism injustice. Add that to the list. The injustice of the justice system. Somebody can kill somebody and be out in a year. And they can sell somebody a bag of weed and be out in 10 years. Or you can give me other examples, I'm sure. But what?
Oh, a woman that voted that she didn't know she wasn't allowed to
Right.
got more jail time than Paul Manafort got for 16 felonies or whatever. You know.
You can use
It's
him
just-
as an
yeah.
example.
Well,
but
no,
there's a
I
million
mean, I just
examples.
know that one.
I mean, well,
I'm not using-
how about these rich people that go murder somebody and they get sent off to the luxury
Or how about
with visitation and copulation and everything else?
what's his name? Oh, not Bernie Sanders.
Oh yeah,
Madoff.
Madoff.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's one of those.
Yeah.
I mean, he's food delivered.
Well,
and
nah, he's up
he
at
can't leave.
He's up at Butner, which is a punishment in itself, but because you've never been there. It's like out in the middle of Bufu nowhere. But
Probably get a golf club.
it doesn't. No, it doesn't. It has nothing.
I'd be surprised.
But he gets to apparently like not hang out with the rest of the
Right. Exactly.
tenants, no,
Right. and
inmates.
Right, and they have nice. I've seen the place that they.
It's not that nice. It's not that nice. No, it's not. No, when I was at Duke, we went up there
Yeah.
because there was a thing where you could volunteer to interact with the inmates
Mm-hmm.
through the psychology program.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that nice of a place. But then again,
Better than Sing Sing.
yeah, I mean, it's okay. It's in North Carolina, so there's that.
Right. And out in the woods.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyway, all right. So, by the way, she posted $1 million bail, in case you care about that.
Who did?
We're done with our TMZ part of the
Who
show.
posted $1 million?
What's
Aunt
Lori
Becky?
McLaughlin? Yeah, Aunt what?
Aunt Becky.
Aunt Becky.
She was
that
married to
it.
Uncle Jesse.
I remember. Who'd have ever thought she'd grow up to have a life of crime? It was the
She's
divorce.
only-
It was the divorce with Jesse that did
They
it.
didn't get divorced.
Not on the show. After the show.
I wonder what
And it
happened to
led
the
her life of
twins.
crime.
Did the twins pay to go to college?
They had to get the bail.
Gotcha. And how does Uncle Jesse feel about all this? That's what I want to know.
Uncle Jesse moved to Alaska. He's good. He doesn't care.
No, he doesn't.
That's funny. Anyway, so
Anyway,
we have another visitor. Hello. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. We have been talking about a little bit about Hershey's trip. We'll talk more about it before we leave you guys tonight.
Grease is the word.
What?
I said grease is the word.
Grease is the word. Grease is the word.
Don't let Chuck sing.
I am not going to sing. That would be bad.
He sang to me last night, though. For my birthday.
I did.
I
I thought it was pretty good, too. Happy now, Mr. Hershey?
Can we hear him? I can't hear him.
He just sent me a message. You need to talk louder.
Me?
Yes.
Can I talk like Pat?
How you doing?
Can I talk like my mother?
Only you talk like your mother. That would be hilarious. You'll scare people away.
Except she's not, doesn't sound like that. She's just really loud and bossy.
She was fun, though. I love your mother. Let's see. So, we're talking about this and we're talking about that. We talked about...
What you talking about?
We talked about the scandal in Hollywood. That was a good one.
The scandal that is not a scandal.
Yeah. Good. Yep, so we talked about that. We also coming up, it's that time of the season. Over in Greensboro.
Basketball.
I got a basketball.
Oh God, now that's gonna be stuck in my head.
I got a basketball.
By the way,
Hershey, do you know the
that
song?
should be on our list. On our playlist.
Hershey.
Hershey, where's Hershey?
You know Basketball Jones?
Oh, I love Basketball Jones. I was a basketball player.
He
had a basketball coach.
Yeah, he really was. But the song. I love the song.
Do you wish you were a baller? Do you wish you were a little bit taller? I like that song too.
Sorry. Yeah. No, I got.
You don't know. I know you don't know. That's a song, by the way.
Is it? Is it a song I wouldn't normally listen to?
You would not listen to it because it is not rap, but yeah, kind of rap. No.
Well, if it's it's old school rap,
I wish I was a little bit taller. I wish I was a baller. You know, I think you've heard. You know that song.
Well, you're not giving me enough credit then.
Well, you know that song, Street Cred.
I love old school rap. I really do.
But who's your favorite rapper at the moment?
Yes, what's his face?
Hershey's.
Chance.
Yeah.
Burger King rapper. That's his favorite. Or
I like Chance, but of course I like what's his face.
Eminem. Yeah, but who's your favorite current rapper? That would be Chance.
Of course, my favorite song of all times is you got to go back to the beginning. Hotel, Holiday Inn.
Yeah. Okay.
If you're
well, that was
then
the
you
first.
Take a fan.
Okay, so Rabbit Hole. That was the first rap song. Well, kinda, sorta.
Yeah, it really was.
Yeah.
That's the beginning. I mean, that's when I got into it. I was like, ooh, this is good. But then when it went gangsta, I went no, sir. That's it. That was my answer.
You're so racist.
Oh,
You're so racist, Mr. Chuck.
He posted the lyrics.
What?
Everybody sing along!
That's
I got
funny.
a basketball.
But what we didn't realize was that it was from that other song, Love Jones.
Yeah.
I never knew that.
Yeah.
Because my parents always listened to Cheech and Chong.
Oh man, I grew up on Cheech and Chong.
That's why.
Cheech and Chong and Carlin. What does that say about me, gang?
Hello. That's why our cat's named Dave.
Exactly, because Dave's not here.
Dave's not here.
Dave is here.
Dave's here now.
Because everybody keeps saying he's not here. So we figured out where he is. He's here. How you doing? Hershey. You're awful quiet over there, man.
He's getting
You're
ready.
acting like a producer.
He's getting ready to go to Greece.
No, I got to turn the volume down so I don't laugh over top of you guys.
He's back there packing.
What's he packing?
You should be asking him that. He's a married man.
What? You're weird. You're so weird.
We know this.
So weird.
Hershey, did we know I was weird?
Absolutely, 100%. But
oh my God!
But I'm right there. I'm right there with you, Chuck.
I know, man. You know, you're so weird. You're cool. Put it that way. I don't know. All depends on your point of view. I guess.
Anyway, back at the ACC tournament.
Hershey and Chuck love each other so much.
No, he's my brother. I never had a brother. He's like a brother.
Yeah, it's because your parents stopped while they were ahead.
After did the other two?
Well-
Whoa, we're done.
Okay, sisters. Yeah.
Two sisters, we're done. Yeah.
Okay, ACC tournament.
Yes,
So, today,
yes.
State beat Clemson in the play-in game. I know that.
Well,
Since when did they start having games on Wednesday?
because there's a playing game. There's always two teams that are playing.
Well, I know, but I thought that used to be Thursday. I guess we have too many teams in the ACC
State
now.
beat Clemson?
I believe they
Clemson
did.
had a big win the other night.
I believe State beat them.
Wow.
You
They
could
beat
look
them
that up.
by
That's a
1
shock.
point, 59-58.
Did they really?
They did. Yep.
Awesome.
Yep.
I like every time State. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Virginia Tech crushed Miami 71-56. Louisville crushed Notre Dame 75-53. And
Why in the heck is Louisville in the ACC? I hate them.
Notre Dame lost half their team, 3/4 of their team. through
Whatever.
Graduation.
Yeah.
Wow.
Right now, Pittsburgh is beating Syracuse in the first half 24-16.
Interesting.
This is not the ACC I grew up with.
No, it's changed. It's gotten better.
No, it's like weird.
Everybody wants to be in
All right,
it
listen.
because it's the best.
Atlantic Coast Conference.
I know.
Atlantic Coast
You know,
Conference.
now Indiana-
How the heck does Notre
Now
Dame fit in?
Indiana's on the East Coast.
No, Indiana's not in the ACC. Indiana?
Where is Notre Dame?
Notre Dame is. I thought you meant
That's-
Indiana,
no, I
the
mean
school.
Notre Dame.
I know. We just got them for money.
You know, I have green blood. Not because I'm an alien, although
Because
I
you're
might be.
rotten.
It's because I'm Irish.
It's because you're rotten.
I'm at least third generation that I know of Notre Dame.
Third
fan.
generation
Fourth,
rotten?
Could be fourth. Because my grandpa got it from somewhere, too.
What, rotten?
Yeah. Notre Dame's rotten?
No, you're rotten.
No,
'cause you have green
Notre
blood.
Dame fans. Anyway.
Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, so Indiana is not on the Atlantic Coast, kids.
Yeah, I'm shocked about that.
Neither is Syracuse.
So I
Neither
don't-
is Louisville.
as much as
Well,
I
it
love
is.
Duke,
Syracuse is an Atlantic state. That's all that mattered.
Well, yeah, but
Yeah.
it's not on the Atlantic
Yeah.
Well,
Coast.
Tallahassee isn't
Okay, so
either.
here's
all
right.
FSU's
So
been in
here's
the
here's
ACC.
what the ACC used to be when I was in school: Maryland, Virginia, Virginia Tech. Oh God, now I have to remember.
It was 90 years ago. What do you expect?
UNC,
There goes
Duke.
that middle finger
Wait,
again.
wait.
Do you get 50 cents every time she gives me the middle finger?
No, he doesn't. UNC, Duke. So there's 6. Georgia Tech. And
South Carolina.
Well, Wake.
No.
Wake.
no, South. Oh, Wake.
Wake.
Duke is puking. Wake is fake.
Wake.
The one we hate is NC State. So Wake.
North Carolina.
Dookie.
I
Right.
said no. I said that. Oh, there's
You
one
probably
more.
admitted North Carolina.
There's one more. Oh, Maryland.
Oh, yeah.
Did I say Maryland?
No, you didn't.
No. You know why?
Yeah, you
Because
did.
you don't wanna.
No. Did I?
Yeah, you said
Okay.
that.
Well, then I missed one.
Hey, anyway.
Georgia Tech. Anyway, Maryland sucks, and they're not in the ACC anymore. So there's that.
No, I don't miss them. See, for all the good ones you got, we got rid of some like Maryland.
We do not fear the turtle.
Nobody does. That's why they left. So, all right, predictions. Who wins the ACC tournament? First.
Well, it's
Zion's
tough.
back, by the way.
It's tough
Zion's
because
back.
normally I'd pick Duke.
You know
but
that, right?
Duke is just had so much turmoil lately.
Zion is back, though. At least
Zion is
I
back.
was completely ruling Duke out, but Zion's back.
Yeah, but he hasn't played in a while, and there's a big difference between practicing and truly gameplay.
Thank you, Nike.
Yeah. Right now, I'd have to
Thank God.
lean towards Virginia. I think they're playing the best basketball. Ranked number
Yeah,
one.
Virginia's strong.
Yeah.
Virginia is strong.
I think
Find
it'd be
out.
hard to beat them right now.
Right. Hey, is anybody hearing us? Because I see people entering conversations and leaving conversation.
Maybe they
What?
have ADD.
Okay, just making sure. With
Find
all
out. It'd
be
the
hard.
technology stuff out there.
Yeah, the volume's coming through. I just checked it, so we're good.
Yay! Awesome sauce.
Yay.
Sorry, my throat is a bit rough. Let's see. Did we talk about Facebook?
No.
Yeah.
The great Facebook outage of 2019.
Right. It was
Okay,
good.
so here's the funny part. I had people
It's
messaging.
times.
No, I had people messaging me all day. Huh, but Lisa, as a Twitter convict or outlaw or whatever, why am I kicked off Facebook? Like first
my
you
buddy.
asked me, and then one of your friends asked me, and then one of my friends from high school asked me. It's like they kicked me off of Facebook.
'Cause
Like,
we've been kicked
well,
off
you know
other
what?
places.
No, you know what it is. Okay, most of the time when things go down,
Yeah.
you just can't see them.
Right.
But today, you could see it, but you mostly couldn't post. So it was almost like when you're in timeout on Twitter, when you can do certain things and not do certain things.
Was limited functions.
Right. Well, that's what I'm
That
saying.
was
You could
a great
like
term
things, you could like things, and you could message people, but you couldn't share tweets, or not tweets, sorry. You couldn't share posts, you couldn't add new posts, you couldn't add any pictures.
Right.
So it's so funny though that apparently, I'm available for consulting. People were asking me all day long, "Oh my God, Lisa, I think I'm banned from Facebook. What happened?" Because I'm the expert, right?
Well, me being me on my political page, I've been political.
Right.
So-
Facebook generally doesn't do that though.
Well, anyway, when I shut it down, I thought, oh crap, now they got me. Jack called over to Zuckerberg and said, "Get that son of a bitch." All right, there's $1, Dershey.
No.
I'm glad to give it.
Oh, son of a bitch doesn't count.
Yes, it does.
Really?
Yes, it
You're a
does.
son of a
I'm
bitch.
desperate.
I think Dershey it does.
Hey, by the way, did you hear what I said?
What?
You're a son of a bitch. Your
Well,
mama.
yes.
Your mama.
My mama.
Your mama.
I love my mama.
I love your
but
mama.
she ain't an easy woman.
No, your
Well,
mother.
let me rephrase. She's a difficult woman.
Your mother scares me.
My mother's scared. Dude's bigger than me.
Your mother scares me so
That
much.
one guy who ended up being a lineman for the in the NFL for about 10 seasons and then ended up dying, unfortunately, because of roids.
Your mother scared him?
Oh, she's scared now.
Of
They were-
who?
They were drinking beer in the living room one time.
Tom McHale?
Tom McHale, yeah.
Oh,
They were drinking beer in the living room.
my sister.
And then my parents walked in,
Really?
and she goes, "You get your..."
Well, she doesn't sound like that.
You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
you know how she gets.
My
And she
sister
had that
hung
look
out
in
with
her eye,
him.
and he goes, "Yes, ma'am."
Maybe
He hauled ass out of there faster than you can
Yeah.
say it.
my sister hung out with him,
Yeah, he's a good guy.
among
he
other
was
people.
a great guy.
But yeah, he seemed really, really sweet.
Unfortunately, I saw him once after he'd been out of the NFL, and he didn't look the same because after years of being beaten up like that and steroids and all
Well,
that
also,
stuff.
I think the concussion thing,
Oh,
which
he
didn't,
had a lot of concussions.
which we'll get into in future shows.
Yeah. Anyway, he was a good one. Alrighty, let's see. Facebook
next?
down.
Yep.
So basically, the world almost ended, and people were freaking out.
This is the biggest outage since 2013, apparently,
Right.
or continual outage. It's your turn.
Yep. No, it's your turn for a second.
Why? Oh,
No,
okay.
'cause I was
So,
just typing something.
It's the Russians.
okie dokie. Oh, no, it's not the Russians.
It's
Russians
the
are my
Russians.
people.
Everything is the Russians.
Oh, and also,
Everything's a Russian.
yeah, actually, I noticed that they had changed some, not formats, but what do you call it? Like, the words are escaping me.
That happens to me sometimes.
Yeah, it's because we're old. So when I went back on Facebook later today, some of that layouts. Yearbook. Layouts were a little bit different. So I'm thinking they were trying to do a little upgrade or something, and it just didn't. They screwed it up.
Yeah. Hey, by the way.
Because also Instagram was not working right today.
Right.
So that's not really coincidental.
No, it was an attack from somebody, and
Yeah, it had to be
it's
because
probably
the computers were down.
Russia, Turkey, Iran, North Korea.
Chuck.
No. Yeah. No, I'm the one people get.
No, see, that's
I'm
my
not the one
theory.
who gets
That's my
people.
theory, though. People are asking me what's wrong on Facebook.
Right.
I'm like, I blame it on Chuck. He came from Twitter. He went back to Facebook, and he broke
That's what I
it.
said. That's
He
it.
broke it.
I said that on Gab. I said
He broke it.
I broke Twitter.
He broke it,
I went
yep.
to Facebook and I broke it.
He broke it.
Who'd be surprised at this point? And one of my friends on Facebook said that he thinks that Jack and them are letting that fake account exist because they really don't like me.
Either that or because it's funny.
Well, yeah, but
It's
I mean,
funny,
but it's
but-
mocking me, who they
Yeah.
really don't like,
yeah.
and I'd love to have been
You know
I'd
what?
love to have
Whatever.
been a fly on the wall over the years in their meetings.
Oh,
How to get rid of me?
Did you see the thing where I don't know, they were doing an interview with somebody related to Jack, I'm not really sure who. And
Jerk.
they could not jerk. And they could not really deny or confirm that he was not an anti-vaxxer.
No. Who?
Jack. So that would explain a lot.
I don't know. I can't
Sue.
explain much of anything about him.
I didn't even realize he had children.
Honestly, you know what? Now that I've been gone for a week, you've seen me, Dersh. I'm on all sorts of different media now. I'm on USA Life. I'm on MeWe, and WG1WGA, which is a right-wing political site.
He's also on this private channel where he dances in his underwear.
You wish. You're so
I wish.
You wish.
I wish.
I'd make money.
Okay.
At least $2.
Let's do it.
Oh.
We can make all our Dershie money back.
Yeah, I'd have to work all week just for that. No.
No. No dancing Chuck in his
No
underwear.
dancing chucks. So anyway, I don't miss being
You
on
do
Twitter. We
miss
have
it
lots.
a little.
Well, it was one
bit.
convenient way to reach millions, to be honest. But now I have to work at building it up different ways. Which at this point, you know that my goal was to get to 100,000. When I got up to almost 150,
That was the game.
the game, it was long since past. So with the last 3 years of that was no fun anymore. So I'm glad to be gone. I'm actually having a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to when Dershie gets back from his great trip.
Grace is the word.
And we start replanning our strategy, because it used to be based on advertising on Twitter. But now we're going to have Lisa do the Twitter advertising. So all my friends, please look to her and retweet her.
Yeah, and listen, you don't have to follow me.
Please,
You don't have to read my tweets. Just go on my timeline and find out when we're on the air. I am not promoting myself whatsoever.
Right. Because if you read her tweets, you're only going to get mad or sad if you're on the right.
Much like
You get
me.
about reading my tweets from the left.
Well, no, I'm not. And seriously, somebody said this yesterday. Oh, Chuck is off Twitter, but his wife is still on Twitter, but she's a lefty or whatever. I'm like, dude, that was not nice.
Yeah, there's no need to do
That was not nice.
Lisa doesn't generally go after my friends.
No, just if you want to see where Chuck is, go on my page, look at my pinned tweet, and go away. I'm good. Don't follow me. Also, don't follow me if you think you're going to see things that Chuck says.
Right.
Because he doesn't.
No, no, you will never see me on
Right.
Twitter
No.
again. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. Say it.
Shut up, Chuck!
Dershie, you have to join in.
Shut up, Chuck. Anyway. No,
I
it's
guess he
okay.
doesn't want to.
No, it's fine. But, honestly.
What are Greek drinks? Ouzo. Right?
Yeah,
I don't know. I've never been.
Hey, I love licorice. I love licorice, and ouzo tastes
Oh,
like
see,
licorice.
and see, you don't. Oh, look!
But it's
That's one
way, way too strong. Oh my gosh, that stuff is so nasty.
Aren't you supposed to put water in it? That's what I heard.
I want to see you do what the producer of our old show did one time.
What, pass out and snore?
Snoring on the air.
No, I don't want that.
Even if you have to fake it.
I don't want that.
Snore
I don't want that.
That would be
Hold
hilarious.
on. I have to take
You're
a break.
boring.
Have to take a break.
Darcy, so you and I need to talk. Miss Lisa's left us for a
I'm
moment.
going to the ladies.
Don't flush too loud.
So, tell me more about your trip, man. So what cities are you going to go to?
Well, we're flying into Athens. We're going to spend 4 days in Athens. And while I'm there, I'm going to go see a soccer game in the Greek Super League. Can't wait.
Awesome.
So excited about that.
Awesome.
You know, I travel a lot, and I go to
Do
soccer
they play
games.
to the death?
Yeah, no. I like going to soccer games all over the place, you know, and I collect soccer scars from places I've been, games I've seen, which you've seen that collection.
Right.
But yeah, we're going to spend days in there in Athens, and then we're going to do day trips out to Delphi, which is where the temple for Apollo is. Which is one of the really neatest places because they got a great museum there.
Cool.
When the war started, a lot of things were destroyed. Like even the Parthenon got blown up by the Nazis. But the people people at Delphi took their the valuable things and stuff from around the temple and buried them, hid them from the Nazis, so they survived the war.
In the desert, right?
Yeah, they survived the war, and so therefore they have really great things in their museum that are intact.
Yuck.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, we're gonna go to Corinth.
That's cool. Oh, really?
Yeah,
that's cool. Corinth.
Take a day trip to Corinth, and then we're on a.
You're gonna post pictures and.
Oh yeah.
And be able to show some on the show next week. I mean, when we come back.
Oh yeah.
In
After
3
spring
weeks.
break.
No, 2 weeks for this show.
After spring break.
After spring break next weekend. So take a week off and then be back.
And we're going to take a 5-day cruise,
awesome.
And the cruise is going to take us to the
don't go
islands.
on the SS Minnow.
Yeah.
A Ted cruise?
No, don't go on the SS Minnow.
We're going to go to the islands, and we're going to go to Crete, Mykonos, Santorini.
You have entirely too much fun.
Santorini, I know.
Yeah. We're also going to stop at Patmos, Chuck.
Are you?
Yeah, Patmos. We're going to get to go see the cave where John wrote the book of Revelation, which I'm excited to see. And
that broke up.
The cave, which what?
I didn't. You broke up.
The cave where
just did it again.
John wrote the book of Revelation.
Oh right, yeah.
Where he was in prison.
Why did he have to write it in a cave?
He was in prison, chained to a wall. And
okay.
Yeah, and so I'm excited for that. And then we're also going to get to go to Ephesus, of course, where.
Oh, neat! Oh, wow!
Where Paul preached
the Church of Ephesus
to the Ephesians, right? And I've been there before, but I'm looking forward to going back. The amphitheater that's there is absolutely amazing. It's got over 50 rows, and if you stand in the middle of the stage, you can talk in a normal voice like we are, and you can hear it all the way up in the 50th row without yelling, shouting, or anything.
I've heard that before. Yeah,
I've
heard that before.
It's absolutely amazing.
Acoustics is a very old science.
Yeah, and the Romans had that down pat, let me tell you. They were incredible.
Yeah. So they built this, right?
Yes. Yeah, all the amphitheaters in the area were
which
Roman.
is why everybody sounds better in the bathroom.
Oh, very cool. Oh, very cool. Hey, you know what topic I want to end the show with? NASCAR. And guess what? Kyle Busch has 199 total wins, but not just in Cup. He's had them in trucks and Xfinity Series, which is like the minor league of the Cups, and Cup. So, Richard Petty has 200. So he's about to tie him in
But-
total wins.
Wait.
I'm going to let each one of you have your say on this. I want to know how you evaluate Petty versus Bush.
But you didn't qualify
career.
it, though.
Well,
Petty has 200,
200
cup wins.
all
Cup
in the
wins.
major leagues.
All cup.
All in cup. But, so, Kyle Busch has 199, so it would be 200. But his is in the minor leagues and the lower leagues, and then the cup division. How do you compare them?
Or can you?
Right.
Or can you?
All right, your turn.
This has
first.
been,
Go
well, no,
first.
this has been on TV all week, which blah, 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 Kyle Busch, Richard Petty. I sound like South Park. But
you
like,
are South Park.
but like, a lot of people are saying, can you even compare them?
Right.
Because when Richard Petty came up, there wasn't Nationwide, Xfinity, whatever.
Right.
There wasn't trucks. You couldn't just ride everything all weekend and get your little wins.
Right.
And yes, this is why Samantha Bush has banned me on Twitter. Because I feel like at the beginning,
Right.
or even now, he did it just because he knows he can win.
Right.
You know, let's go beat up the little kids.
Well, I think it's just because he loves driving anything,
Well,
any day,
yeah.
every day. See,
Yeah.
Richard Petty used to drive 3 days a week normally
Right.
because cup
I
races
know.
were 3 to
Right.
5 times
Because,
a week.
well, I know
Because they
because
were just traveling from
because
city
they
to city
I know
to
because
city.
they weren't on TV and all that good stuff. But
Exactly.
I also feel like
so he was really racing a bunch of scrubs a lot of times.
oh, but
really-
not according to him on TV.
I know. well,
According to him on TV, Kyle Busch could not beat all these people that he was racing against
Right.
because they were all the greatest of all time.
Right. So
With-
it's really hard to compare this, isn't it?
No,
Because, I
no,
mean,
well, no,
back
I
in
don't
those
even think.
days, there was only a few teams that were really fast, and the rest of the teams were also has-beens.
Right.
You know, they just filled in the field. And today, you've got 40 cars that are equal, basically. I mean,
I think
within
he's
a
just
second of
jealous.
each
That's
other.
you know what? That's what I think. I think Richard Petty is jealous that he can't race right now.
Yeah, I think he misses
He
it so
does,
much
yeah.
that he wishes
I
that,
and
that's the fact,
you
yeah.
know, like I said, he lives up to his name.
Right, the
He's
king.
being petty.
Well, and he
he
also
couldn't-
he thinks he's the king for real.
Well, and maybe he is, but
Yeah.
maybe you can't compare them.
Yeah, it's a tough one. I mean, because
But he couldn't even congratulate Jimmy on his
the 7th.
seventh because he so skirted around that.
Well, I honestly think that he didn't think anyone would ever come to close to 200 wins or 7 championships. And really, growing up, I didn't think anybody would until, of course, Earnhardt did, and then
But then
his
when he
chances of
did,
any
he
more-
couldn't acknowledge it.
Right, he didn't. He
He
really,
really blew it off.
he was a bit begrudging even against Earnhardt when he won his 7th.
Yeah.
I remember that. But that's just how Richard is, you know? He's a good old country boy,
He's a
and he doesn't
dick.
like what he doesn't like and likes what he does like.
He's a dick.
Oh, Richard.
Richard. That's
Don't you
all
love
I
it?
meant. That's all
All right,
I
Mr.
meant.
Hershey, you say you hate Kyle Busch. Fire away.
Oh, you and me both, Junior.
Come on, brother.
Oh,
Yeah.
No, stop.
No,
Stop.
NASCAR related.
What?
Next
Oh,
year's.
We'll talk
Hall
about
of
that
Fame
after we're done with
nominees.
this. I already
Okay.
knew about that.
Well, I didn't, so go ahead.
Hershey, your opinion, sir.
Well, my first opinion is that you frankly, it's impossible to compare them. They're 2 different times,
That's what I said.
2 different.
Right.
You know, I will say that I think it is much harder to win a cup race today than it was back then, because
Of course
the
it is,
pa-
because
the
they were
parity.
cheating.
Well, no, yeah, the parity today is just. I mean, seriously, you could have at any time. You know, the '95 car from a small team could win a cup race and compete very
Right.
well. You know, but back then, you know, you didn't have the parity in the cars, and you know, if you could
Right.
beef
No,
your
you
car
just
up,
had whatever you could slide
right?
in there.
You could take whatever you could put in the car, and you know, they would do things like create 25-foot gas lines in the car so that they could
Yep.
put more fuel in it and last longer.
Yep.
So
Yep.
there were. To me, it's as silly as
My
saying.
favorite.
To
Yeah.
me, as a sports person, it's as silly as people who try to compare Babe Ruth to today's home run hitters.
Right.
Right.
People
No, that's
like-
just dumb.
Today's pitchers are far more sophisticated. Today's ball
Right.
is lively. When Babe Ruth time, it wasn't. But
They can also have Tommy John surgery. Right, which-
it's just a silly
Yeah.
comparison, in my opinion. They
Times change.
they're both great drivers for their time.
Right.
And
Right.
and as much as I don't like Kyle Busch, the man wins
Yeah.
races. And I heard him.
I'm not really a fan, but he's just a freaking amazing driver.
Yeah, well, to me too, and he said, and I used to hate a couple of things. First, I used to hate when the Cup
Stop
drivers would
saying
come.
hate. That's not nice.
No, I did. When the Cup drivers would come down and race against the trucks and in the Infinity races,
Oh, yeah.
it bugged me until I heard
We don't take that.
multiple drivers and say in the Infinity races and the trucks that they want to race the Cup people, so they know
Right.
how they compare. I mean, that's
so
how they
know what
learn.
Yeah.
And the other thing
Yeah,
was,
Right.
they can gauge themselves.
it bugged me about Kyle Busch until I don't listen to him very often, but he said in order for him to put cars and trucks in those races, he has to make money, and he drives to
Right.
win to make money.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
So-
That's
so that-
bullshit.
So that the other drivers
Oh.
can actually have a shot.
$2. That's crap because Junior doesn't do that.
Well, Junior has other resources as well, so
So
you
does
really-
Kyle Busch.
yeah. But if that's how he's funding,
That's crap.
if that's how he's
I'm just
funding
saying
his
that's
trucks
my
and his
opinion.
cars, well,
That's my opinion. That's crap.
I don't. I think if that's what he's going to do, and he wins those races that he's in, and that you're putting that money back into your racing team, and you're allowing these younger kids to race. I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah, well,
Oh,
Kyle said if it weren't for the fact that he gets driving them, why would he bother even having a truck team?
But he
Correct.
also threatened.
Xfinity
He
team.
also threatened NASCAR. Oh, if you're going to limit my time in a truck or a Xfinity, then I'm going to pull my trucks out.
I
That's
think
so dumb. He's not
I
going
think
to do
5
that.
races a year would be fine, but I think they
Right.
should be spread out over
Well,
the season
yeah.
instead of clumped.
Well,
Like
maybe it's
he
a,
always does. Wait, they always do the West Coast.
well, no,
thing.
maybe it's a work in progress. But he wants to do West Coast because that's where his people are.
Right. Well, that's why he does. He clumps
You
them
know
all
what?
on the West Coast.
You know what? Good for him. Do it. Be done. We don't have to watch him anymore.
Right. 5 races.
By the way, that is why his wife blocked me on Twitter. Because
I'm
she was
so shocked.
this was like 5-6 years ago. She's like, oh my god, we won again. We won. Kyle won a Busch again. Won a race again. It's like, oh, it was a truck race. Like, woohoo. And she blocked me because of that.
Well,
Like when they first got married.
yeah.
Well, I know, but like seriously, be excited about that.
Well,
Hello.
how many people in the world have ever won a truck race?
I don't know.
Probably no more than 50.
Not her.
Her hubby did.
I
If I won, you would go bananas.
No, I wouldn't.
Yes, you. Well, you wouldn't.
No, I wouldn't.
You'd be like, when are you going to win another one?
I know exactly.
Chuck,
But she was like,
Chuck, you would
She
come
was like,
home. You would come home and say, "Hey, Lisa, I won," and Lisa would say, "Shut up, Chuck."
no, I'd say, oh, good.
I'm reading a Facebook story. Shut up.
What? No. Seriously, it's
Air
like,
now.
it's like, hey, I'm a high schooler, and I went out and raced all the kindergartners today, and I kicked all their asses. That's what it seems like to me.
Well, he's still racing
Yeah.
one of the top 200 drivers in the world
Okay.
in America.
Okay, well that's fine, and I'm good with that. But her going, oh my god, hey, we won! And like, really? Shut up, bitch. That's what got to me.
I can just see you as a pit reporter. Kyle, congratulations on winning the race. Samantha, go stand in the corner.
Exactly. No,
Shut up.
just go
Kyle-
away. Go buy a purse or
Kyle,
something.
I don't like you very much, but
Right, but I don't.
how did you manage to win this race again?
No, it's just be like go buy
I
another
can see you now.
go buy another purse.
You're not going to be very popular in the pits.
I don't care. I would be with the guys. I would be with
Everybody
the
but them.
guys. No,
I mean the Bushes.
oh, whatever. Same as how it is now.
The sound you heard is Miss Lisa filling her glass. Mr. Dershey. So, last thing I want to cover. Hey, Dersh, did you hear about the Hall of Fame?
No, I haven't heard that yet.
Nominees.
All right, Miss
Tony
Lisa also
Stewart!
mentioned it. Tony Stewart is on the list.
So I'm just excited
as one
because that was
highlight.
because that was.
I'm gonna read the list before we go because not everybody's
Wait,
gonna read
can I
it.
just
Yes,
say
ma'am.
something?
Yes, go ahead.
When I first started following NASCAR, and you said I have to pick a driver, I'm
Yeah.
like, no, I don't. You're like, no, yeah, kind of like me and
Kind
you
of like
with.
me picking Duke.
Yeah,
and UNC.
exactly.
And if I picked
You're like-
UNC, you would have killed me.
Well, no, I've put up with that for 20 years, so.
But that wasn't the case anyway.
But you're smart, so you didn't.
I was always a Duke fan.
Right.
Even
So,
after we broke
you're
up
like-
the first time.
Shaw. So,
Stop
Dave's
saying
eating.
that.
Dave is eating my cord, by the way.
Dave's a pussy.
Dave.
Anyway.
So
Um,
you said I had to pick a driver.
Yeah.
So I picked Tony Stewart because he seemed like kind of an outspoken jerk, wad,
Oh, yeah.
butthead,
So-
like I am.
No, really?
No, and yeah. So I picked him. But then I was like, whatever. And then I ironically picked Junior because everybody's like, we love Junior. We love Junior. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna. But it turned out that I really did
You
love
really
Junior.
did
So
love Junior.
yeah.
And
So,
my goodness, you became a loyal fan.
but
But at first you thought, okay, I'll
no, I just did it to be a jerk.
mocking.
Yeah, because I was like, Tony, I don't love him so much.
So, haha, you ended up being a fan.
So anyway, haha,
So-
Tony
so-
Stewart is nominated though.
Right.
How freaking cool is that?
That's awesome. All right, here we go. I'm going to read the list of these folks. Dershey, Lisa, make comments anywhere along the line you like, and I'm going to continue through it.
Yes,
Sam
sir.
Ard, NASCAR Xfinity Series pioneer and two-time champion. So you can become Hall of Fame material if you don't win in Cup. Buddy Baker,
Never heard of him.
19-time winner, including Daytona 500 and Darlington. Neil Bonnet, 18-time winner. Red Farmer, he was never even in Cup. He was a 3-time late model sportsman.
You
But
say
he-
Red Farmer?
Red Farmer.
I've heard of him.
No, well, my friend Ron knew him.
Well, plus
They
I
were
live in
friends.
North Carolina. Duh.
Right. So I got to know a good bit about him. So he's a great nomination. Ray Fox, an engine builder and crew chief. Harry Gant, my buddy Harry. I got to
Harry
meet
Gant.
Harry. I had a nice talk with Harry one day. Big fan. Won 4 times in October, I believe it was. Amazing.
Wouldn't that be 4
Over
weeks in a
age-
row?
Yes, over age 40. I think he was at the time, too. Joe Gibbs. How much good
Duh.
can you say about Joe Gibbs?
Duh. That's a
He's-
duh.
And not even talking about the NFL this time.
No, this
He's
is duh.
got 9 championships in Cup and Xfinity Series.
Not only that, he made
9.
Kyle Busch act like a normal person.
He did. He broke. To quote Ricky Bobby,
Uh-huh.
he broke him like a bitch.
I love that.
Isn't
I
that good?
forgot about that. He did. He did.
He broke him like a bitch. Sorry, it's from the movie, so blame them, not me. But Joe Gibbs, what a good godly man, for one thing. I love when he does the invocations at the races. Everything about him is godly. The way he runs his team. When they cheat, that's blamed on people trying to push the line too far.
Yeah, whatever.
Whatever. But he's amazing. All right, going down the line. John Holman, 2 NASCAR Series champions as a owner of Holman Moody. Harry Hyde.
Never heard of him.
Man, Harry Hyde. He only won one championship, but he is the center of the movie Days of Thunder. As the crew chief. Terry Bobby Labonte.
What?
Yes.
What?
Your
My
boyfriend.
boyfriend?
Your boyfriend.
What?
Won a championship in both Cup and Xfinity.
I have many NASCAR boyfriends.
Mm-hmm.
I have Brian Blaney.
Yep.
I have Bobby Labonte.
Right.
I have Junior.
Right.
Oh, and Ray Evernham.
Oh yeah. You think he's a hottie too?
Yep.
He's
Well, 'cause he looks-
he's a brain.
Well, duh. And plus, he looks like the guy from Talking
Yeah.
Heads.
And he's
So-
also the first one to have a championship, I think, for Joe
Jeff
Gibbs.
Gordon.
For Joe Gibbs.
Evernham?
No, Bobby.
Oh.
Bobby Labonte.
Oh.
Yeah.
So anyway, those are my NASCAR boyfriends.
Yeah.
I thought you were in love with Blondie's mustache.
Well, yeah. Well, but sometimes Penske makes him shave it off. I don't know why, but he does.
Well, because he's pretty clean cut.
He's not clean cut.
Penske is. You've
Well,
been
Penske is,
Well,
but Blaney's not. So
well, he reigns him.
yeah,
in.
he has to. Yeah, he has to do that.
Well, if what was the name of the guy that won the championship for Hendrick, the Party Maniac,
Richmond,
Tim Richmond.
the guy that was
Blaney would become Tim Richmond if Penske didn't sit on. I think.
No, well, that does. But Tim Richmond was borderline.
Well, he was a maniac.
Well, no, I mean, he might have been
He was bisexual.
pansexual. Yeah.
Yeah, he'd bang anything.
Right, that's what that means.
Okay. Sorry, folks. Hey, by the way, I have to apologize for last week. Yes, we swore like maniacs. And yes, I'm sorry for it. But
we had to give it.
exhaling about Twitter.
Oh, we were so mad. Yeah.
It
Oh,
just
and by the way,
happened. 10 years invested down the drain.
by the way, I am no longer affiliated with a Facebook page called A Better North Carolina,
And what is your new page called?
the best of North Carolina.
There you go. And by the way, prepare where to tell people where to go, and we'll end the show without in a bit. But I'm going to finish this list real quick. Wait, I'm going to finish this list real quick.
Yep.
Herschel McGriff, 1986 Winston West. Oh, NASCAR West. They didn't call it Winston like it was. All right. Ralph Moody, the other half of Holman Moody. They're a great team. They should probably get in. I hope they do. They probably won't.
Wait, they're not related to Dave Moody, are they? No.
I don't know.
We
We'll
don't
have to
know.
look that up.
We'll have to look that up.
Marvin Pants, 17-time winner, including the Daytona 500. Jim Panchel, 23 of his 25 wins, so he had 25 wins, which is significant alone. Short tracks. Larry Phillips, weekly series national champion. Good luck, Larry. Ricky Rudd, he was a good one.
I heard of him.
Dershey, anytime you want to jump in and make comments, do it, dude.
I'm here.
All right. Ricky Rudd, 23-time winner, including the Brickyard. Mike Stefanik.
Wait, what? What's that name?
Mike Stefanik.
How do you say that?
Stefanik. Winner of record-tying 9 NASCAR champions. I believe that is as a crew chief. It's definitely not as a... or it might be ARCA. I'm not sure because it doesn't say where it came from. And then we get to Tony Stewart.
Tony. Yeah. Oh, seriously?
Any comment on Tony?
How can he not get in?
All right.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. He killed somebody.
Red Vaught, first mechanic.
You're
First
not
master
listening.
mechanic. I heard you. I gotta get down this list.
Yeah.
Waddell Wilson, 3 championships as engine builder.
I think we're getting to the
And that's it. And then there's nominees for some other things.
We're kind of getting to the where we have already nominated all the good people.
Oh no.
Not all the good people, but I'm saying, how can Joe Gibbs not get in? How can Tony Stewart not get in?
See,
right?
that takes away some of the older guys that really should get in. I think they should do. I think.
You
they
should get in
do
when
5,
you're dead.
But they should do 5 more for the.
Maybe 3 and
series
2.
founders.
How about 3 and 2? 3 old ones, 2 new ones.
Something like that.
Isn't that
But it
5?
needs to be- How many are there now?
I think
there's
it's
only
5.
now. There needs to be more than that.
No,
So
no,
that
no.
the
There's
older
more.
guys can
No,
get in.
no. There's 5 people that get in.
Right.
So
we
I'm
need to
saying-
add 5 more. So we get the older guys in.
Honey, no. No. What I'm saying is there's 2 new,
Right.
3 old.
Right.
You can't really keep putting people in that nobody has ever heard of.
Well, you can the founders though, because
But
I mean,
but you can't because then people aren't going to go to the Hall of Fame.
Well, no, what I mean is to get some of these older guys like Holman Moody. Or,
No, I understand. I understand.
Or Herschel,
I totally understand your point of view.
Right.
What I'm saying is, if you're going to put like 5 people that nobody's ever heard of,
Right.
then nobody cares.
That's. I mean, you got to have 5 people that you really know, and then 5 people you really
I'm
don't.
saying 2 new ones,
Yeah.
3 old ones every year. 2 new ones, 3 old
Well,
ones.
that's what they basically do almost now.
Well, but you're telling me that that's not right.
There should be more. What I'm saying, so that the older guys.
No,
can
there's
get
5 per year.
in. Right.
We're gonna
Anyway.
We're gonna run out of people anyway.
We can nominate Hershey. How fast have you gotten going around Orlando?
You know what? You could nominate me because I know shit about shit.
Well, Chuck, let me just
Twice.
say, I can tell you right now, as a matter of fact, I've never lost a NASCAR race.
Me neither.
Me neither.
But hey, Dersh, have you ever driven on a NASCAR track?
Yes.
Which one?
Indy 500.
Oh, cool.
Oh, I've driven on Charlotte.
Cool.
Yep.
We didn't get up the
Yep.
bank, though. The bank
Oh,
was about 2
but-
stories above us.
But you know what I'm gonna do? Gonna drive on Martinsville. Remember?
Right.
Oh, I can't wait for that.
Yeah. You can go on
Alrighty, so
Daytona
what-
as well if you come down here.
No.
All right.
No,
Just know
that's-
us. Don't get up. What is the name of your... I need the information for you to give to people of what your new websites are and your blogs and such.
All right. Well, my blog is louise.blog.
LAWEEZ.
.blog, and I have not posted there for a couple weeks, but I will be doing that soon.
And your North Carolina site.
My North Carolina site on Facebook
Mm-hmm.
is called The Best of North Carolina.
Right.
Just do a search. It's
Right.
there.
All right.
I'm there.
Dershey, you want people to find you anywhere?
Yeah. They'll find me in Greece for the next 10 days.
Yeah.
Grease is the word.
Basically, forget social media. Got it. Me, I'm everywhere.
Bring us a souvenir, Dush.
I am at Chuck Nellis, as is my name, on Gab, where I am verified, and USA.life, where I'm verified, and I'm Chuck Nellis at MeWe, and what's the name of that thing? I always forget the letters. WG1.
Oh,
WGA.
we give one, we give all.
Right.
I think, right?
That. And let's see, where am I forgetting? And that's it. Because I am. Oh, and Facebook, I am Chuck Dot.
Chuck dot something.
I'm Chuck.Nellis.7. That's what I am. All right. So I think we covered everything. Anything I forget, Dersh?
Don't think so.
Nope.
All right. I think we talked over an hour this time.
Grease is the word.
Yeah, we're into about an hour and 20 minutes right now, brother.
Woohoo!
We broke our record.
Oh no!
Dun, 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 dun,
Yeah.
Well, maybe that makes up for all the times that we weren't on the air.
We lost Coach about 10 minutes ago, though.
Oh no! Oh god.
All right, everybody. You know what I haven't gotten to say, and everybody seemed to be missing on.
No,
Twilight.
not on this show.
Oh, come on.
Oh. All right.
It made me pretty well known.
Well, I don't
And
care.
Obama still sucks.
And Chuck still sucks.
I don't. I ain't sucking those.
What? No,
we ain't
don't
doing
go
that.
there. Nope.
All right, Lisa, say goodnight. Say goodnight, Lisa.
Good night, Lisa.
Say goodnight, Dershey.
Basketball Jones.
Good night, Lisa.
That's stuck in your head now. Have fun in Greece.
Yeah,
Greece is
have a
the
great time
word.
in Greece.
I will. Trust me. It will be great.
Take lots of pictures. I love you, my brother.
All right. Love you guys. Thanks a lot. Have a great
Good night,
time.
everybody.
We'll
Thank you.
see everybody in a
Thank
week.
you for,
2 weeks.
yeah.
All right. Spring break. Woo!
Woo! We'll see you guys in 2 weeks.
All right.
Same bat
No,
channel.
we'll be in a week. He'll be in 2
Yeah,
weeks.
a week for us. You'll miss next week, but the week after we're back. Good night,
Woo!
and God bless you all.
All right. Love you guys.